UNLV medical student gets a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to learn from the Raiders medical team. Gemma Lagasca, a first-generation Filipino-American student from the Kirk School of Medicine at UNLV, shadowed the Raiders last month. She is the second UNLV student to participate in the NFL's Diversity in Sports Medicine Pipeline Initiative, which launched 2 years ago. 29 students were chosen across 21 medical schools nationwide. Each student completes a 1-month rotation with their assigned NFL club during the preseason. The goal is to inspire medical students from diverse backgrounds to pursue a career in sports medicine.
It was amazing. I had gone to football games in high school, but I'd never really been truly engrossed in the football experience. But I was able to go to the practice facility. I interacted with a lot of the athletic trainers, the nutrition department, watch practices. During the preseason, a lot of the sports medicine physicians came, and I got to be with them during the rotation.
And the Raiders will select the next medical student next summer. The NFL says it hopes to expand the program to include physician assistants, trainers, therapists, nutritionists, and behavioral health clinicians.